I'm on a mission like a couple spies, and that, guys, is the reason why I catechize.
Welcome to the Reformed Standard. I'm Tony. Let's get started. Question 23 of the Westminster Larger Catechism reads, "Into what estate did the fall bring mankind?" Answer: the fall brought mankind into an estate of sin and misery. So this is going to be a little bit of a short episode because this is really another one of those kind of bridge questions or header questions. So the question here gives us two categories, two consequences of sin, which are expanded on in the following, 7 or 8 questions. So the fall itself is what we've spoken about, the results of the first transgression, which was the eating of the forbidden fruit. And this fall brings man into an estate of sin and misery. So we can kind of think about this, and we'll find out when we answer question 25 and when we answer question 27. But we can kind of think about this as sort of the moral or ethical dimensions of the fall, and then also the sort of ontological, or you might say existential dimensions of the fall. So when we talk about the estate of sin and misery, when we talk about sin, we're talking about the legal consequences of the fall. We're talking about the liability to punishment, the guilt of sin, the penalty or the debt that has been accumulated because of this sin, which is something that we will obviously explore in further questions. When we talk about the misery, what we're talking about is sort of the ontological consequences. So the fact that we have to suffer pain and sickness, the fact that we are under the curse in terms of God's displeasure, the fact that we are separated from his fellowship is one of the things that we'll see. So I'm not going to go too much farther. I know this was a short episode, but I don't want to repeat myself too much when we get to the next questions. But the main point of this is that the fall itself, the consequences of sin are all encompassing. And specifically, they encompass the moral or legal dimension, the legal penalties of sin. And then we also see that they encompass the ontological or the existential, experiential consequences of sin, which is kind of the way that the consequences of sin play out in our lives. So this is, again, a header question, and we're going to go into it in further days.
Do you know, if you want, you could know this? The Catechism, hey, the Catechism, hey. Do you know what the chief and the man is? And how the Father, Son, and Spirit do manage? Do you know, if you want, you could know?
West Side.